here we have a close-up between the Adidas Takumi Sen 11 versus the Adidas Adios 9. Now, I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys. I have no idea which one of these sneakers is. I have no knowledge, no prior knowledge, but I think the Takumi Sen 11 did come out recently. I've been seeing it all over YouTube and things like that. But first, before we start this video off, I want you guys to look at these sneakers on the right, because I believe these are the two being compared, and let me know just briefly, comment down below which one you think will beat this whole comparison. And me personally, I want to say the Adios 9, but then again, it's like I don't even know which one is either. I think the Takumi Sen 11 is the blue pair and the Adios 9 is the black pair and white. So I'm gonna go with the black and white pair because I know like it kind of resembles that Pro 4, which I know did really well, and I know a lot of people liked it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into the video.
Hello everybody. Today, I
think I moved myself back here real quick.
Between two shoes that I really enjoyed, and both did actually take time to grow on me. So the first one is the Adidas Adizero Takumi Sen 11, and the second is the Adidas Adizero Adios 9.
Now my question is, before we start this off, why does the Adios 9 look so similar to the Pro 4? Like, is there differences? I know he's probably going to get into it right now, but that's just a really like mind-boggling thing, because don't you want your models to be easily differentiated?
Very similar uppers, very similar outsoles.
They are.
And actually very similar insoles. That's a weird thing to notice. And the same laces. Yeah. So now, what are they? The Adios 9 is a racing flat that has actually been...
It kind of looks different. The Adios 9 looks a little different from the Pro 4, but I can't spot exactly what it is.
For me, it has Light Strike Pro. It has 3 stripes. It has this flappy boy. And it is 27 mil in the heel, 20 in the forefoot. And what is the Takumi Sen? Well, and it has also a flappy boy. It is a 5 to 10K racing shoe. It has Light Strike Pro.
5 to 10K.
Carbon fiber rods. Actually, sorry. Glass fiber or fiberglass rods. Not carbon this time. Though their marketing material for the 10 included that it had carbon fiber rods. The marketing material for the Takumi Sen 11 says that has glass fiber rods. I'm not really sure what that makes a difference in. Maybe it's like
weight, right?
Or flexibility, or could be durability as well.
The technicalities of it.
I do believe it's to tune the level of flex in the rods. I'm just not quite sure in which direction. So, what have I done in either of these shoes or in both of these shoes? I've primarily used the Adios 9 for daily miles. I've done a couple like quicker paced runs, like tempo runs in the Adios 9, but it's been really typically at my everyday pace that I've felt the most comfortable in this. The Takumi Sen 11 is a track day shoe. It is pretty harsh when you run slowly in it. So the 2 runs that I've done in it so far have been on, well, the first one was on the road, and that really hurt me and gave me a lot of hot spots. And then on the track, it was a lot smoother, and I was doing 800 intervals. So it felt a lot better, and I'm actually looking forward to running in this again the next time I have some speed work come up.
Now, quick question. This is for all my runners out there that do run on a consistent basis and kind of know a little bit more about those, I guess you can call it, tempo sessions. Now, I've been hearing time and time again, like how he just explained, the Takumi Sen 11 does really good in the high tempo areas, but not so good in the slow runs. And I don't know, for me, thinking from my perspective, it kind of is hard to believe that if you slow down the pace, the shoe would hurt more. Because don't you think the more effort you exert, the more your body would hurt in return? I guess the point or the question I'm trying to get to is how does that work? Let me know in the comment section. I'm looking for a sneaker, and one of the sneakers I did want to get is the Evo SL. And I know the Evo SL is good in tempo scenarios. But I'm trying to figure out, will it be like worrisome towards like the shorter distances and kind of hurt my foot? So let me know for all the runners in the comments. Let me know
The
what y'all feel
differences
about
that I
that.
noticed, first one being, they have a very similar upper construction. So the Adios 9, let's see if I can get a little, yeah, so this
Not even just the
plastic
upper, it's
piece
even
here,
the
or
midsole a
like
little bit too.
plasticier piece, wraps all the way around the heel and goes down into the midfoot right about there. And that's actually present also on Takumi. And it's the same basic construction of the plasticky piece, right? It's also got the light lock system, which is this sort of rigid band. Maybe how easy it's going to be to see in the Takumi. Yeah, so this right here, if you can see that, runs all the way around the shoe, and creates, yeah, you can see it there, creates a unidirectional flex in the shoe that is also present on the Adios 9.
Traveling solo is an adventure. But there's one thing.
As you can see right there, right? Where the shoe starts to differ, though, is in the tongue. I much prefer the tongue on the Adios 9. It is sort of like a double fabric, not suede, but sort of like a synthetic suede almost feeling. Padded, not non-padded, but thick fabric tongue. Whereas on the Takumi, you have this more, actually
Flimsy.
more padded, but
Oh, really padded.
not double-sided fabric. So this has like a different density fabric here, and on the inside you'll see some actual padding running on the inside. I'm assuming it's to protect from lace bite in the event that you have to really cinch down the Takumi, because the purpose for this is a little less flexible while it's still the same. I mean, it's supposed to be a, 5 to 10K racer. This is also supposed to be a racing flat that you could use for 5 to 10K races. I think that, with all of the tech in this is what people are actually going to choose to race in between the two of these, if they're choosing to race in these over the Adios Pro 4, of course. But probably the tongue difference is to protect against the atrocious laces.
So what I'm seeing is, looks like
from
these are
shedding
lower
the top of your
level
foot to
racers
tendons
compared
and
to that Pro 4. Maybe like more
but
affordable
in the
options.
Adios 9, I didn't have any issues with the laces and the lacing system, or I had far fewer issues with the lacing system than I did in the Takumi. Right, so those are the only differences on the upper, is the tongue. Everything else is bang on identical. Midsole, these two foams feel different. I don't know how many different versions there are of Light Strike Pro. These are not the same Light Strike Pro. It makes me suspicious even yet again that this Light Strike Pro might be the previous generation, because this feels a lot closer to what's in the Evo SL, the Adios 9. Light Strike Pro feels a lot closer to the Evo SL than the foam that's in the Takumi Sen 11. The softening in this has been helpful and appreciated over the 10. The 10 was very harsh. This is still pretty harsh to run, and so if you don't like a firmer foam, even though this is significantly softer than the previous generation, and Light Strike Pro does break in over time, it is still a firm foam.
Okay.
And it's interesting because this is even firmer to the touch, but dynamically on the road, it doesn't feel as harsh as the Takumi Sen 11. That's got to be down to the rods in the Takumi providing extra rigidity. So how do I feel about these shoes? This is a beloved one for me. I've made a video on this, retiring it, sending it off into the no longer my concern ether of shoes, And here I am talking about it again because these two really do need to be talked about in context of each other. Yeah, this was a really beloved shoe. I put a lot of miles on it. I walked across Spain in it, not the whole distance of Spain, but through all the cities wearing this.
Let's say.
I actually brought both the Adios 9 and the Evo SL on that trip and was going to train in both of them, but ended up doing most of my miles in the Adios 9. So loved it. It's a really good shoe. It, you know, suffers from the symptomatic problems of being Adidas's shoe, right? The laces and the wonky upper fit. Although this is the best fitting Adidas upper and the best.
That is so common. People always complain about the laces
between these two shoes. And if I had more use on the Adios Pro 4, I would say that this is better than the Adios Pro 4. But I tried the Adios Pro 4 on in a store, and the heel collar immediately started rubbing me, so I decided not to buy it. That's the reason I don't have it. It was a top contender for race shoe for me for this last cycle, but I ended up with a Metaspeed Edge Paris instead because that did not slice and dice mine.
Damn, Adidas, y'all lost a whole consumer.
Maybe Pro 4 wouldn't do that for me.
That's crazy, Adidas. If you're watching this video, y'all better step up your game.
You know, get a better fit, maybe tried a couple different sizes on it, but I did not do that. I was they're on a mission. But I think that this is the best implementation of the upper out of those three shoes based on that one experience with Adios Pro 4, but certainly the better implementation between the two of these. And I really think it does come down to the tongue. This is also a bit narrower feeling. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera or even if
it does look narrow.
A width difference
by
more measurement. I am going to order some calipers, so stay tuned for that, and I will be able to give you a bit more information. Yeah, it looks, I don't know, you tell me. I think the Takumi looks a little wider, personally. And it feels wider on foot. It feels more voluminous and wider on foot than the Adios 9. But overall, those are my thoughts on the two, how they compare to each other. What would I use them for? If I was racing, I would go with the Takumi. If I had to choose between these two. If I was doing like a fast 10K up to maybe even like a 10 miler, I would go with the Takumi over the Adios 9. It's faster. I mean, it has the rods, which also provide, you know, the flex and the stability for the foam. It's also higher stack. It's 33 down to 26 for a 7 mil drop. Both are 7 mil drops. If I were doing this daily miles or like even a workout, no, I would still pick the Takumi for a workout, but for anything slower than a workout or a race, I would be all day in the Adios 9. I've thought about buying a second pair of these. I just can't be buying multiple pairs of the same shoe anymore. It's not good use of my money if I'm bringing this information to you.
Right.
But I've thought about it. It's a really good shoe. Yeah, those are the different use cases. Even if this is positioned as a racing flat, I think that it has really outshone that use case for daily training for me personally. Whereas the Takumi, I still have more testing to do on this. I have not made a verdict on if I love it or just sort of like it. Because the first run I had in it was so rough and hurt my feet so much, and the second run in it, it blew me out of the water. Like, I was totally surprised by how much I enjoyed my workout in this, comparing it to the Streak Fly, right? I mean, the Streak Fly is still freaking incredible to run in, so that's like in a league of its own, but the Takumi held up really well against it, especially considering I had had such a bad run in it the day before that. So, yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts on these two shoes and their context in the broader spectrum of 5 to 10K racing and training miles. Yeah, love the Adios 9. Still more thoughts to come on the Takumi Sen 11. I appreciate your attention.
Sure. This video went in a lot of different ways, but I do want to say, if I had to pick one for my personal needs, as I've said multiple times on this channel, I am looking for more of a daily trainer, and I think hearing from what he was able to say, I feel like for my daily training miles, I think the Adios 9 would be my better bet as compared to the Takumi Sen 11, just because I feel like I want something more daily training focused and not as like tempo and race focused, and I do want something not as firm. So definitely for me, I think the Adios 9 will make the cut. You guys comment down below and let me know which one you guys would pick. But with that being said, you guys, this was a great video, and I do have a lot of these sneaker review comparison videos out on my channel, and if you want to check out all the different ones I have, click the playlist right here, and I'll see you in that one.